So I've been making a concerted effort to watch more movies lately. Honestly, I've been making a concerted effort to monitor my whole media intake sort of as a whole. I've kind of been thinking a lot about how much what we consume on a daily basis in terms of media really does affect our ways of thinking, especially because like we're all consuming so much all the time now, you know? I mean, when was the last time you were just in silence for 3 hours? I know for me, it's been a while. You know, we're all consuming all the time now, and I think because of that, we're all kind of coming to grips with just how important it is to be mindful of what we're consuming. The ultimate example of this is the way in which like you feel after you sit and doom scroll for 5 hours, right? However, I think all of this can be distilled in like smaller terms, right? I don't think you'll feel too different if you watch 5 movies back to back from scrolling on your phone for hours, but you know, I think it does change things. I've also noticed that because of my job of working on the computer all day, I kind of have an opportunity to be like consuming things all day, and usually I'm listening to podcasts or watching YouTube, but you know, I mean, I think movies I can gain a lot more from, you know, that's kind of an opportunity, you know, so I've been trying to do that. It's a long-winded way to kill my attention at the beginning of this video, but hey, it was honest. In this, I've realized that even in this practice, right, I think that like being like, I'm gonna swap out all YouTube for movies or whatever is like sort of it has at least the veneer of like you're taking an alternative path, right? Are you actually taking an alternative path? No, I wouldn't say that at all. I say taking an alternative path is not being a pussy and actually sitting in silence. However, I'm not there yet. Maybe someday I'll be able to do that. I'm not there yet, right? So for now, as I watch these movies, I'm researching a lot of like, what should I watch? What are the best movies? You know, where should I look for movies? And oftentimes I end up in sort of these, I don't know, I end up in spaces where I guess it's like sort of film bro. We all on the internet, of course, you know, whether it's Reddit. And I think I should come out here right at the front and say, would I call myself a film bro? No, I don't know. I would not. I would not call myself a film bro. Would I call myself film bro? No, I would not call myself film bro. I think I more aptly would describe myself as sort of a movie man. I think I'm into movies and I think I'm a guy, but I don't think I'm smart enough to be a film bro. Because a lot of these movies, and this is kind of I guess coming to the crescendo of this first point here, a lot of these movies I'm not understanding whatsoever. I mean, I guess that's a little bit of an exaggeration. I don't think I'm completely misunderstanding them, but some of them I'm like, man, I don't see the same things here that a lot of these guys are seeing, you know? Maybe I kind of like everything. I think I have this weird thing when it comes to my own taste in art that many of you will know if you've watched a lot of these videos, especially the ones where I'm talking about the media I've been consuming recently. You'll know I have an interestingly idiotic taste in art, I guess you could say, right? I have like this thing where I love everything, but my favorite things are just the dumbest things. Well, I guess what's accepted to be the dumbest things. I've had people recommend me like really great, like artsy music, and I'll be like, I like this, but I'll always end up going back to listening to just Sabrina Carpenter's new album because I don't know, that's me, that's how I operate, right? And I guess I've sort of found the same thing with movies. I'm thinking to myself, if I have this time to watch movies, if I have this time to go on a training arc of sorts with movies, I want to spend it right. I want to watch movies that are considered to be the best movies. But then also, I watch movies that are considered to be the best movies, and I'm like, I went in with all these expectations, and maybe if I watched this in theaters, when it first came out, I'd love it, right? I think that's an interesting thing. I think that's an interesting point here about a lot of the way we consume art nowadays, right? Because, and the main point around all this, as much as I'm starting with talking about movies here, is mostly how aware we are of everybody's opinions on art, right? An example of this is this. A movie like One Battle After Another, Begonia, even Superman, right? I saw Superman in theaters like right when it came out. All these movies I loved. I liked all 3 of these movies in very different ways, of course. They're very different movies. But I really, truly did enjoy all these movies. However, like, I didn't really have expectations going into any of these, right? I thought all of them were great in very different ways, as I just said. But like, I didn't walk into these movies thinking like, oh man, like, this is gonna blow my socks off. However, when I'm watching a movie like The Shining, and everybody's told me my whole life that like, you know, The Shining's the scariest movie ever, I'm going into that with expectations, and if those expectations aren't met, then, that's going to affect my opinion on this movie. And this is how I think too many things operate now. Either something is, and I feel like I'm obviously not the first person to say this. I think a lot of people have said this, not so much in art as a whole. I think I'm seeing it for a lot of different things right now, just because I'm trying to watch all these movies and I'm trying to research, I love, one of my favorite things to do, just going through a list, top 10 movies, just watching those 10 movies. There's so many different lists out there. There's so many people giving their opinions. I love doing that, right? But because of that, you're going with so many expectations. And not modernly, that's a bad way to, it's a bad word for that. But a lot of people do discuss this sort of thing in reference to, when something comes out, it's either super overhyped or super underhyped. There's a huge void of people coming out and being like, I see good and bad things about this thing. It's always got to be, this is the best thing ever, or this is just the worst thing ever made, and, the whole cast should rot. I remember I saw one battle after another night it came out, because I don't know why. I actually don't know why I saw that movie the night it came out. I'd only seen one of the director's movies before that, so I don't know why. But I saw the night it came out, right? And because of that, I was able to go in as blind as possible. I didn't even know what that movie was about, right? However, in the weeks preceding that, I saw discourse unfold that either was, this is the best movie ever made, this movie's going to win not one Oscar, but all of the Oscars, and you need to go see it, or this movie is the worst thing ever. This movie is a heaping pile of garbage, right? I thought it was great. Do I think it's going to win all the Oscars? No, obviously, I also don't think it's a heaping pile of garbage. I think this is where most people land on most movies. I'm willing to make this assertion, actually. I think most people think most movies are good and don't think they're either A, heaping piles of garbage, or B, the best thing ever made, right? I think that's how most people operate when it comes to consuming things, right? I don't think that's a hot take at all. But the internet would have you thinking otherwise, and it's going to have you going into a lot of different things with a lot of different preconceived notions. So, what is my point in saying all? I've been talking a lot about, this has got to be one of the worst episodes ever as far as keeping somebody entertained. Because at this point, they're like, what is this guy talking about, right? And I don't, listen, sometimes we're on the same page with that. I don't know sometimes either. But what I'm talking about here is not just movies. I've been watching a lot of movies lately, and I've been thinking about movies a lot because I've been watching a lot of movies. But what I'm talking about is not movies by any means at all. I'm talking about art in general, right? Movies are what I've been seeing the same, but I think this is something afflicting a lot of different spaces right now because of how many opinions we just know. We know too many opinions. And see, the thing is, if we got one or two people coming in with their opinions, that'd be great. That'd be really good. And that's kind of how it was back in the day, right? You'd hear oh, this new movie came out, people are saying it's a hit. And then you'd go see the movie and you'd form your own opinion. Now, though, we have an amorphous, it's weird how things move, not in terms of oh, this guy said this and I really appreciate his opinion. We move in terms of hive minds now. And that is the weird thing about this. And this is a thought that this all comes back to that I've been thinking a lot. I wish there was a way to put me in a bubble where I don't know what anybody else thinks about anything. I wish there was a way that I could just pick a movie, pick an album, pick a book, and have no idea what anybody else has ever thought about this. Because what also happens as a result of this? Not only do you go into what people consider to be the best things with high expectations, you go into things that are unknown, thinking there's no way this could be the best thing because it hasn't been discovered yet. There's no way I'm the first person to read this random book or watch this random movie, and I'm discovering it's good, and I'm the person that can do that reevaluation. There's no way that could happen because somebody must have come across it before me. There are millions of people out there, and they're all watching stuff all the time, just like me. So if this isn't considered to be the best thing, it must just be okay, right? And I think these notions are really affecting how we're all kind of consuming things. I think that they're leading to a lot of people undervaluing things and overvaluing things, and I just think it has a detrimental impact. I think it's leading to too much of us understanding the zeitgeist instead of understanding, what do I like? What do I look for in a movie? Did I like that cheesy action movie from the 80s? Did I not like it? I don't know. I just wish that we could all, we've discussed before, is it possible to have a new idea? right? The answer to that's largely kind of no, right? You can innovate, you can come up with great things, you can put together old ideas in new ways, but like, yeah, you're not going to think of the atom for the first time again, and like, you're not going to come up with a new painting technique that nobody has before. A lot of things have been done already. There's truth to that statement. Do I think you can never come up with a new idea? Actually, yeah, I think you could come up with new ideas. Like, I think it's pessimistic to say they're all taken out. That's a side tangent, though. However, like, is it possible to have a thought nowadays that's unencumbered by all the thoughts around you? I don't know if it is. It really feels like it's not, and that annoys me, and I wish I could, like, it annoys me for myself, it annoys me for everyone else, it annoys me for the way I see discourse happen, and largely, I wish I could just watch a movie. You know, actually, let's just crescendo. Let's crescendo this conversation with that one tweet. That one tweet that it's a meme format for years now, where that guy tweeted like, the new blank album is pretty good when you don't have somebody in your ear telling you it sucks. In your ear. I said in your. I did like a weird thing there. The new blank is good when you don't have somebody in your ear telling you it sucks. That's how everything feels now. But not just that it sucks, that it's great, that's the best thing ever. Like, I think about One Battle After Another, right? The movie that I just said that I saw and I loved, but it had a dumb conversation happening after. I think all the people that came out after that and said this is the worst movie ever were just annoyed because they heard all these people saying it was the best movie ever, and they didn't like it as much as they thought they would. So now instead of just being like, yeah, I thought that movie was decent, they're going all the way to the other side, and we're all being polarized like that. I wish I could just watch a movie in silence. This is the painting. Okay, so I like this. I actually do like this. I think this has cool motion to it, right? Like, I think this has like I like this. Okay, I'm not gonna go on a tangent, but I do like this. I think what I need to do is I kind of like almost outlined with the light red here. I think what I need to do instead is I need to only show the raised parts with the red instead, like the front of the nose bridge, the top, the like these parts of the temples, I don't know what that's called, the cheekbones where you're gonna get a little glare on that, maybe like the pecs you'd get a little glare on, the top of the shoulders and the top of the torso right here, like you get a little glare there, maybe on the bicep, you know, like I want to do it more as if there's an impression of light coming in than just this, which I do like this, but I want to do an impression of light more so. So yeah, go check this out on the TikTok and the Instagram. And until next time, guys, gals, and pals, my name is Max Dice. This has been Paint Deck episode 334. I'm here every morning painting and talking with you all. And that was the most hype outro ever of all time.